Welcome. How have you been doing? Have you been seeing your classes and your courses? How's the boot camp going? Today we'll be discussing about your email and you. I'm sure most of us have an email somewhere. Now we all have to have one if you have a phone, because that's a way to make your most phones these days cannot function without one. So you're using Nokia Touch. So today we'll be exploring the world of email, from understanding its basics to advanced features and efficient mobile management for seamless communication and productivity. Have you thought of what email is? What do you think email is? Email is simply electronic mail and is a digital communication method used for sending and receiving message electronically. It has become integral in the modern communication due to its widespread usage and various advantages. It easily facilitates communication between individuals and group of people. Okay, so why is email important? Why are we talking about email? Why is email used globally as it's used? First is speed. It enables instant messaging, which is beneficial for communication in time-sensitive situations and, of course, urgent matters. It's very convenient because it offers us flexibility that we can use it at any time that is convenient for us, irrespective of our different schedules. Also, email can be used across wide geographical area. It doesn't matter which part of the world you are in. If I have your email address, I could send you one. Email serves as a written record of communication exchanges. This aids us in tracking conversation, referring to important information, and maintaining a documented history. And when you start working, you also realize that one other thing it does is that it helps you to cover your back. Okay? Because if there's something comes up, you can always pull it up that this was the discussion, this was the direction, this is why I did what I did. It's very cost effective because it's generally cheaper than traditional mail, or for it to make calls to everybody individually. Imagine if you have to, if you're working in a place and you need to send out email to 200 people, you have to call them, or you have to call them. I'm sure we'll all choose email. It supports attachment of various file formats, allowing us to share images, videos, documents, presentation. Of course, with it comes features like folders, filters, search tools, and this aids in organization and helps us to manage our emails effectively. So how has email evolved from the time it came to be? Email actually started with ARPANET, and this was a method that was developed in the 1960s for researchers to communicate to themselves. From then, a year after, they introduced the @ symbol so they could separate username from the computer name. 2 years after, a decade later, they designed what is called SMTP, which is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This was what laid the foundation of internet email as we know. After then it went on to be designed in a way to allow users to retrieve this email from servers instead of it being saved, instead of it just being between servers. With the SMTP, this will have the POP, the Post Office Protocol. As a server, you can now download your email to your local device, and of course that deletes it from the server. Then the IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol, was developed in 1986, and this enabled users to manage emails directly on servers and allowing synchronization between multiple devices, making it very accessible and convenient for us. Then from 1990s to present, this is when the web-based email services came to be. Yahoo Mail came first, followed by Gmail and Outlook. So in summary, we're talking about in 1960 to 1970, we had the early development of email, right? With network, which is early computer networks like ARPANET. This email program allowed users on the same system to share text-based messages. At that point, you cannot attach images or documents. Then in 1980s, it was standardized, and that led to it being interoperable across different computer systems. 1990s, of course, this when email saw it being commercialized and users adopting it. And this was when Yahoo Mail and Hotmail came to be, and email became accessible to a broader audience. In 2010, email saw advancements in features like it having larger storage. You could search through your emails. It came with powerful search. And of course, at this point, it was developed and designed to be integrated with other services. 2010 till now saw a seamless integration of email with mobile devices and cloud services. And this offered scalability, real-time collaboration, and improved accessibility. Now, in the world of today, email plays a central role as a primary mode of communication for individuals, businesses, organizations, because now it facilitates not just text-based messages, but multimedia content sharing, document collaboration, scheduling, and documentation, and enhancing communication within, both between people, or between organizations, or just group of people. Why has email remained critical? So, email has remained critical and important to our everyday life now because it's universally adopted across individuals, business, and organization. It is a universal acceptance that ensures its universal acceptance is what makes it remain primary communication channel. It's very versatile, as we said, because it supports message like text, images, documents, and links. Also, the fact that I could send email at my own convenience. I don't need to wait for you to come online, for example, before I could send an email and for it to go through. It's one of the reasons why it has remained important. It provides documented record of communication exchanges, and this helps us to facilitate tracking of conversation, reference information, and of course maintain organized history. Is widely used in businesses and professional settings for formal communication. Also, it can reach large audience efficiently, ideal for announcement or marketing campaign, or any of that. It can help you to engage with your subordinates, your customers, your subscribers, your partners on a mass scale. It easily integrates with other productivity tools like your calendar, your task managers. There are sometimes now if you get a email telling you have a meeting at so time, from that email you could immediately schedule it in your calendar, right? If you've not used that, try it out. It offers robust privacy and security features while being very cost effective than traditional mail and phone call. Okay, so let's talk about how you can set up an email account. I'm assuming most of us have an email account. I'm just going to mention this. But if you don't, open one after this class. Even if you are not using you're not using like a tech phone, you're just using those small phones that you don't need it. Still go to a cyber cafe and open one. It's important in the world of today. So how can you set up an email? First and foremost, you want to choose the email service provider that you will be using. We'll have Gmail that is provided by Google. We've talked about Google. We have Outlook that is provided by Microsoft, and Yahoo Mail, which has been the long-standing email service provider. They offer similar features like Gmail and Outlook. Gmail is known to be user-friendly, and it integrates easily with other Google services. Same with the Microsoft Outlook. So we just talk about a little step-by-step on how you do that. So first, you want to choose which service provider you want to use. The most common most people use or professionals use now is Gmail, as we said, because it easily will integrate with other Google Cloud services, and they do offer a lot of cloud services that is easily accessible and affordable for most people. Then go to the website of that. If it's Google, you want to go to google.com, or you want to go to Outlook, or you want to go to yahoomail.com. Click on sign up. If you go there, you see sign in and sign up. Sign in, if you already have an account, you just sign in. But if you don't, you are going to sign up or create an account. So either of that, you can click on that and then follow the instructions. They will ask for your name, ask for the desired email address, and ask for your password, your phone number for recovery options. So just follow it. It's very intuitive. You know how to do that. Once you've done that, they will verify if the username you want to use is available, because you might want to use a name or a username that has been used before. Once all this is done, it's very simple. This is like it's not up to 2 minutes, but 2 minutes if your network is dragging a little bit. You can set up your profile information such as your profile picture, signature, personal details. This you can do later. It's not must you do it then. And of course, your account is created. You log in and now you have your email. Now, but when creating this email and that a username is available doesn't mean you use it. So now we are going to talk about those for creating an email address. If you have email address that is like delosking08184@yahoo.com, hotboboemmanuel that is that at gmail.com, sexyking that is that or you have, even if it's as simple as Amy 1 time 1 2 3 4 5 6 with unnecessary numbers. I would say close down the email, but you should open another one. Immediately after this class, quickly open another one. When you are choosing a username, you want it to reflect your identity and your professionalism. So imagine if you have a company and someone sends their resume to work with you and their email address is saying sexyhotking1234@yahoo.com. You're maybe thinking, who is this person? I don't know. I'm not sure I want to work with this person. So you want to keep it professional. Because especially for email address you use for your job applications and business communication, you want to use a professional username. And professional username is simply your name. It's your name and the initial. So let's say your name is Okeke Emeka. It can be okekemeka@yahoomail.com. If that's not available, you can try emekaokeke@yahoomail.com or gmail.com. And that is not available, you can try OKKEM. Let's say you are Emeka Malaki. You can try OKKEM at something like that, but it should be your name. Another common thing, I don't know why people do that, but I understand we do that when we want to open an email and someone has used the email. Use that username is don't add unnecessary numbers. There is no need being Okeke Emeka 2487. Those numbers have no reason to be there. It just makes it unprofessional and very tacky. Except it's very important. Except you are working in your company and that is attached for some certain reasons. Maybe you have 2 emails in your work environment and they sort of numbered it like 0102, so they will know which of your accounts. Either way, I don't see why numbers have to be there. And if it has to be there, keep it very simple. I don't even think it should be there. I don't think numbers should be there. But if it should be there for any reason, I don't know, maybe 010200, or just scrap it. No, let's just scrap it, okay? You don't want to use your nickname. Yes, we understand your name is Bobonkitty. Don't have an email bobonkitty@gmail.com or use any inappropriate word, okay? It should be very clear, easy to remember, and easy to read. For example, as I've told you, you can use your name. Another things you can use dots, full stop to your advantage. So the example we gave earlier about Okeke Emeka, you tried that, it didn't work. You can use okeke.emeka and see if that works, or emeka.okeke. You want to avoid complex characters. Don't add hash symbols or asterisks to your emails that people are confused. Just keep it simple. Stick to alphabets or numbers. Numbers if it's definitely important. Otherwise, just stick to alphabet. Make it easy to pronounce and spell if that is possible, because it's not all the time. It can be easy to. Why I'm going to take this a grain of salt is a name that is easy for you to pronounce as a Nigerian might not be easy for a South African or a British to pronounce. So at least just stick with your name. Your name is your name. Include relevant information. Imagine if you are a photographer. The example here, if you're a photographer, you can have okekemeka.photography as gmail.com or yahoomail.com. And of course, you want to check if it's available. And once you've done this, you've chosen your email address. You've chosen your username and you've created your email. You want to create a backup. It's important to always have a backup. And you can set up that backup, which just is another email. You can set up that backup as a backup for that email, that if something happens and you lose access to that email, they can send email to that. Also, when there's security breaches to the first email you created, you could get messages in your backup telling you something has happened. Is that you? Are you worried about it? And things like that. Also, for that other sexyking@gmail.com that you have, If you do not delete it, it's okay. You can use it to do any online subscription things that you do know, those spam messages you get. If you go online and they say you have to subscribe to something and that thing is not important and maybe it's just for maybe in a game. So you can use that. It doesn't matter. But for applying in a job, interacting within an organization, and anything that requires you being professional, once you're not talking with your friends, please use something professional. Choose a good username. Okay, so once you've opened your email, you will see the menu. All these things are intuitive. Once you look at the menu, there are some important things you have to get used to. Your inbox, the sent, the draft, and junk/spam folders. The inbox is where you have all the messages you've received or all the emails you've received. And the sent is where you have all that you've sent to people. Drafts, you can draft a message. When we say draft, is just like normal English, drafting a message. An email that you've written but you've not sent it, you will find it in your draft. So you can actually go compose an email now and not send it then. Maybe you want to review it, maybe you want to get back to it. Once you leave the website or your app, if you're using your phone, you'll find it in your draft. Junk and spam emails are where you automatically, if you turned it on, this is where all the emails that come to you that the machine will look at. We're talking of AI, right? So the AI algorithm is already in place to figure out the spam messages, those ones that reach out to you and say you've won one lottery that you know you didn't enter, but they want to spam you or hack you in some certain way.